Welcome back to another dev blog. If I knew which episode number this or which blog number this was, I would give you a number, but I don't know offhand. Let's dive right into the things because there's a few things. I don't know how many of these I covered in the last one, if any. I think maybe none of them did. So, or maybe some of these chests did. But I have since added the ability to craft a bunch of other things in the woodworking workshop from within other mods. So we have the chests from default. You can craft the fences. The recipes are a little different, so you'll notice it's just one pine wood plank for one fence. You don't need any sticks for it. Same with the other fences. The fence rails, same thing. One plank of the material gives you 4 rails. So you don't need sticks for those. The chests, well, you never needed sticks for chests. But now it's just some pieces of wood and some hinges, which normally a chest would be 8 pieces of wood, so it's a little cheaper wood-wise, but you have to have the 2 hinges. For the lock chest, you need a lock. You know, go figure, instead of a metal ingot. The wooden barrel for compost is 6 pieces, which I think was 6 pieces and a plank, so it's a little less expensive. We have wooden ladders, I believe this is all of the doors from the extra doors, and these 2 doors are pretty much identical with the exception of this little thing. One's X-Decor and one's extra doors. But yeah, they're both here. So you've got all your different doors, which are pretty much 3 hinges, some wood, and then in the case of the screen door, some chain link fencing, because that totally is going to keep the bugs out of your house. It was the closest thing I had to a screen, you know? So it is what it is. And then the full wood and the full bark, or the full bark and the full face blocks, but I believe I covered those in the previous video. Still no way to stain your stuff. That still hasn't happened. Yeah, okay, so that's that. Chili recipe was tweaked. This was brought to my attention. That's not, no, I want the recipes, please. Here we go. So now you need chili pepper, some barley, green pepper, tomato, I think onion, and a bowl. I don't remember what it used to be. There were, green beans. Green beans were in it before, which, who puts green beans in their chili? Dude, that's just wrong. I mean, there should be meat in here to really be a real chili, but we're kind of limited on meat options right at the moment. I have a lot of plans. I need more time. I need time, okay? So that's done. The table saw, you might know it as a circular saw, but that's not what it is. Table saw is empty, owned by admin. So if you go into your inventory now, this is just one of those things that just bugged me because this is a table saw, not a circular saw. So I changed the description and the info text stuff on it. The node name is still more blocks, circular _ saw. So any existing ones in the world will still be just fine. Nothing will be affected other than the name. If you search for circular, it'll still pull it up because that's the node name. But it is, in fact, a table saw. So I fixed that because that's just one of those little things that irked me. I don't know who created this and thought this was a circular saw, but no, it's a table saw. It's fixed now. Yeah, so that's taken care of. I got rid of some mushrooms here because somebody was complaining that there was mushrooms growing, so I chopped them out. I know you all really cared about that. That was like the most important part of this video, was the fact that I chopped some mushrooms. I did not want to go up the stairs. I wanted, in fact, to go to the old spawn. I'm just gonna, yeah, we'll just grab a smithy station. Okay, so the smithy station, the woodworking station, and the large chest. Is it called a large chest? Whatever the long chest is. Large chest, yes. So this is on all items that are 2 nodes wide. They now check if the node to the right of the node you're pointing at. So obviously where the furnace is here is the node to the right this chest would stick into. It checks if that space is available to be built to. If it's not, it will not let you place it. So as we can see here, I can't place this chest in any of those spaces because there is something there. And these nodes, oh, actually, I think I can do it on this one. Here we go. So I can point at the floor node below the anvil. So if I try to place something on either of these, it will not work because there is now an invisible node that is placed into this second node space on any of the items that are 2 nodes wide. So you can't stack items inside of each other anymore. This totally wasn't done because somebody did this, and I can't really demo it, but somebody did do this, and I don't know why you would want it. It made me nauseous. But a certain somebody had these chests, but they had 1 chest placed per node. So you got all sorts of Z fighting on them. It was pretty nauseating, not gonna lie. So you can't do that anymore. For whoever had that, you know, not naming any names, Q33, yeah, they'll still be fine. It doesn't affect anything that was already placed. Also, it can still sort of be bypassed if any were already placed because it only places the invisible node when the node is being placed. So if you have some stations that are already placed, yeah, you can still put stuff inside of them. So there's that. But as soon as you dig it up and replace it, that option is gone forever. Also, because of that, I did add a check-in. So when you dig it, because it destroys that invisible node, it checks to see if the invisible node is there and then removes it. So if you did have all your chests stacked inside of each other like that, they will be fine when you remove one. It won't remove the one adjacent to it. At least it shouldn't. If it does, please let me know immediately and I will get it fixed. And don't obviously break any more items that would result in things getting deleted that you don't want deleted. But that should not happen. And the last change I have in my notes here, and I don't have any on me, of course I don't. What is this called? Marram? I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. However it's pronounced, you can now throw this grass in the fuel puck creators. You couldn't before because it was not in any of the groups. Basically how the code for this works is it checks if an item put into the input slot is in group flora, flowers, leaves, and I think there's one other group that it checks for. And if it's in any of those groups, it'll take it as an input. This grass wasn't in the flora group for some reason. I don't know why specifically. But it is now, so you can turn it into fuel if you so desire. That's pretty much it. One thing I will point out here, I'll just run over here real quick and place this. And actually I need to keep one of those out. And I do have a standing thing. Okay, good. Okay, so this is a weird little thing, and I'm not really sure why it works like this. But just to be aware, I don't know why I only got one because I'm in creative. That's fine. So you'll notice I have 2 small chests that are stained this whatever color that is, and one that's plain. If you click the sort button, they all get stripped of the stain, and they just all get stacked. So if you have any items that are stained, and this holds true for, well, obviously I don't even know why I'm mentioning this because you can't get the stain yet. But anything that is stainable, so the chairs, the stools, and the chests, if you somehow magically you hacked the game and you got some stain brushes, or you're watching this at a point when stain brushes are actually added and you can get them, if you have stained items in a chest here and you click the sort button, you lose the stain on them. I don't know why, but you do. Let me check something actually. Okay, oh, I fixed this too, but I didn't put this in the notes. Why would I not have put this in the news? I'm an idiot. So this was reported by Dihosmig, if I don't remember how I was supposed to pronounce his name. He said in a comment on a different video. So the grass is fixed. The trees wouldn't grow on dry dirt with dry grass, but they do now. So you can plant trees onto the grasses and they will grow. So let's see. I can sort a book with text and that keeps the text. Okay. So I was curious about that because I'm losing data on these when I sort them. So I wasn't sure about the text in the books, but though it did lose its title. Oh. Okay, so don't do that. Turns out don't do that. You do lose it. Do not sort if you have books with text in your chest because you will lose the text in the book and the title. Good thing that was the one that has already been fixed. I don't know why that happens. I in the code I do give credits. I say exactly where the code came from. But this is just using the code from the Technic mod for the chests that they have that you can sort. Clearly it doesn't care about stack metadata or whatever it is, which I don't blame it for not caring about because that's not really something you're expecting to care about when you're sorting a chest, I guess. But yeah, don't click sort if you have books that have stuff you don't want lost because it will disappear and there's no way to get it back. I suppose I could put a note, but why bother? Why bother? That's why you're watching this video right now, so you know not to do that. And if you do it, well, then it's your own stupid fault, and you've been warned. And I don't know what else to tell you. And I will use my decapitating obsidian slicer. Or the Skullforge Reaver. They sound like they're such great. What were the Trident needs a better name. Dude, that's too lame. Trident. And who's the god of the underseas? Is that Neptune? Neptune's trident? I'll have to double check that, but I think that's what it is. I'll have to rename the trident because it needs a more epic name to go with these things. But that is it. Not too many things to cover in this video. I was busy getting my website working, which it now is. All of the, and this is completely unrelated to this video, but all the modding tutorials are up on it. All the mod reviews are up on it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And with the weather increasingly becoming nicer out, more and more warm, I don't really know how I want to phrase that, with the temperature ever increasingly rising, with springtime right around the corner, however you want to phrase it, the honey to-do list grows no shorter unless things are done. So, yes, I'm spending more and more time doing yard work and taking care of stuff that I couldn't do in the winter. So, all that to say, the continued updates and developments will probably be a little sporadic for some time. But yeah, any crucial bugs I will try to get fixed ASAP. Oh, there's a little gnome out here. Taste my decapitating thing, Bobby. Whatchamacallit? Obsidian Reaver. No, that was the other thing. Hey, cow, taste my... Oh, thanks. I needed that. Taste my obsidian skull crusher. That's not what this thing's called. Decapitator. Decapitating obsidian slicer. With art inspired from some image I found under a Google search for fantasy swords. It didn't turn out as well as I would have liked. Not gonna lie. It's hard to get good diagonals at low resolution. And I think this is all the way up to a 64 pixel image, I believe. And it still looks like junk. Better textures welcome. I know I don't have the code available anywhere, but if you want to make a better decapitating obsidian slicer, the Skullforge Reaver looks alright. Skullforge Reaver. It's like a little dagger thing you stab with. But yeah, you don't know how to get it yet, and I'm not going to tell you how to get it, but you can get it. Oh, and the they're gone. The King's Market and the Night Market are gone. These things aren't going anywhere, so you wanna hold on to these, I suppose, or buy and sell stuff in those or in the marketplace. Oh, I should check. Oh, that's right. I couldn't get a mailbox because it says I already claimed one. But I have this mailbox and nothing new here. Just Silicone Penguin. If you're watching this, those unknown items were pineapple juice. I guess I commented the code out that actually registered the pineapple juice from Farming Redo, not just the craft recipe to make it. Thanks for the cutting board, the bread, and the toast sandwich. I do think toast sandwiches are good, are they? Let's see. Meh, it's okay. It wasn't amazing. I'm a baker. I didn't even bake this bread. I just ate it, but that's cool. That's cool. I should really take this thing out too, I suppose. A cutting board. I don't know. I don't have. Okay. That's gonna wrap it up. Because I didn't have time to do anything more. Excuses? Excuses. So many excuses. Join the server if you want. It's still in beta. Things are broken. Things are changing. New stuff's getting added here and there occasionally, every now and then, when I get around to it. Links all in the video description. As always, come on. Everybody puts the links in the description. I don't want comments saying, what's the server IP? Links in the description. Go to the webpage. You gotta go there to get the keyword for interact anyways. That's gonna wrap it up. So tune in next week for another video, and I will see you then.